Hello, and welcome to the Sunday meditation at the Sanctuary of Light and the Light Institute of Galisteo. We have a special way that we do our meditations. We divide it into 3 parts. In the first part, we ask our divine higher self to take form so that when we're sitting in meditation, we're really aligning ourselves to who we truly are. And so we'll ask the higher self to take form, draw it into our body, and then I'll make a little Om sign so you can push the button on your apparatus so that you can meditate for as long as you like. And then in the second part, we practice what we call the art of radiance, by which we reach up into the cosmos and pull down a beautiful beam of pure white light down through the top of your head, down into your solar plexus. This is the center of the emotional body, and this is why it's so important to utilize this and to bring it into its highest potential. And then we laser that white light out across the planet, back up into the cosmos. As we breathe in, we draw the white light down. As we exhale, we laser it out. And if you continue just that simple breathing patterning, extending of your frequencies, it will take you into a very deep, beautiful, meditative state. And then in the third part of our meditation, people from around the world suggest for us to extend our energies out into the world in some way. Today, since there is this coronation of King Charles in England, we can use that gathering of world leaders and to extend our consciousness to them, that they activate a sense of recognition and honoring and using their powers and sharing with each other and being inclusive, so that they really lift themselves into a new state of trust and awareness that we are one soul family, all of us, no matter our race, no matter our countries, and no matter our cultures, but that we are so connected, and that the more that we wield that connection, the safer and the happier and the more evolved will be the humans. So that will be our third part, sending light to all of those who are gathered, to help them to really let go of separation, let go of any negativity, and come together using their highest energy with this wonderful thing that is occurring there. Ready? We'll begin with our breath. We breathe in through our nose, we hold a moment, and then we exhale very slowly. When you exhale, you are slowing your brain down and expanding your consciousness. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Hold at the top for a moment. And now exhale very slowly. And breathe in through your nose. Hold. And exhale very slowly. Ask your higher self. It's the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to take a form for you so that you can align to its energy. It could be a being or a light, a tree, an animal, an equation. Just ask your higher self to take form, and take the first form that comes to you. Now, ask your higher self to touch the place in your body where you hold your divine essence at this moment. And just imagine that touch anywhere in your body. Focus on it. And imagine that you could breathe in and out through that place. And as you breathe in and out, that you create an opening And in that opening, draw your higher self into your body and sit in meditation. Om. Reach up into the cosmos with your consciousness and magnetize down through you a beautiful beam of pure white light, down through the top of your head, down into your solar plexus, your stomach, and laser that white light across the planet, back up into the cosmos. As you inhale, draw it back down. As you exhale, laser it out, creating illumination across the planet, back up into the cosmos. And continue doing that for as long as you like. Om. And now imagine that you could focus on England right now and all of these beings that have come from around the world to honor someone, King Charles, who is vowing to be of service to all and everyone. And ask all of those beings, those leaders, those public figures, what frequency of light they need from you to be able to come together, to be able to connect, to trust, to bring that, let us be of service to humanity, together and individually, creating this inclusive vibration throughout the world. What color do they need from you to begin to activate that kind of energy? Whatever color they ask for from you, draw it from the cosmos as we did before, exactly that color of light. Draw it down through the top of your head and extend it out through your solar plexus to all of them. And feel that frequency of light. Light is the source of everything, and it is the point of communication. And so draw that color down and laser it out to all of those that are participating in, again, those vows and contracts to serve, using the power that we have to connect, to support each other, to be inclusive, to make a better world. So just continue to draw that light down and extend it out to these beings. And feel as if when they receive the color that they've asked for, that there's a shift. You may perceive a growing energy or an illumination or an awareness, a sense that through that light it awakens them to exactly this capacity to connect to each other. Take a deep breath into your body and open your eyes. It's so important to recognize that through our consciousness, we can actually seed into this world those possibilities of inclusion, of higher octaves of connection. We do have another part of our meditation. It's called knowings. And again, people from around the world send questions each week that they would like for us to converse and illuminate so that it uplifts everyone who is joining in these conversations. And Allison will tell us the questions that have come for us today.
The first question is from Geneva, Switzerland. Dear Chris, I keep seeing things in the news that literally make my heart hurt with deep sadness. And after reading one of your books, it has occurred to me that I keep looking at the news because I might have an emotional addiction to sadness. Besides not looking at the news, how can I rid myself of this strange addiction?
Well, you are not alone in that kind of addiction. People are addicted to the biochemical stimulus of fear. Now, sadness is a very addictive energy because when we feel sad, there is a psychogenetic inheritance that says, I'm a good person because I feel sad, because I care about something, and I express that through saying, oh, that's too bad, and I feel sad. But of course, it's blocking you from your joy, and the gift that you could most give this world is your joy and your happiness. And so one of the ways that you can indeed stop looking for the sad stories, look for the happy stories. There are all kinds of very inspiring news that are coming from around the world, that people are engaging in ways that are very uplifting for all of us. But you can begin also by clearing away that residue of sadness, because the thing is that our emotional body is addictive, and if it has a repertoire of sadness, it will simply continue to look for a possibility of recreating that, because when you feel sad, there is a biochemical reaction in your body, and that is addictive. And so one of the things that you can do, and you can do it in two ways. One is, where am I holding this pattern of choosing sadness? Go into that place in your body, ask it what color it needs to be released. You don't have to carry that pattern. Another way to help your emotional body move through that is to shift again, looking at good news or being the good news yourself. Where am I holding happiness? Where am I holding illumination that all moves in the way that is the highest? And so you can begin to use your consciousness to shift that pattern in you. And it's not hard. It's just a matter of choice and consciousness. You do that, and you'll be giving a great gift around you to everyone else. Alison.
The second question is from London, England. What is the most elevated spiritual way to handle unwanted, small physical advances, such as an arm around the shoulder or a hug, without creating an uncomfortable situation for both parties concerned, or worse, a cause and effect karmic situation? I am a man working in a primarily female profession where this happens with frequency, and I would prefer to keep my distance without incident. Thank you, Chris. I would appreciate your candor.
And the candor you will get. Thank you so much for bringing this forward, because we have this pattern of saying, oh, it's men that reach out to women in a sort of a iffy kind of, what does this mean? And so you are bringing to light that this happens to men as well, and it can be equally as uncomfortable. But let me say, use your intuition, because it sounds like perhaps you're working in a field, for example, a body thing, where it is something to touch people. And remember that I will say that women tend to touch each other and touch people, and especially if that's the field and it has to do with body work. There may just be that's their way of, they touch everyone. And so you want to separate out anything inside you that says, is there something that's asking for more here in this touch or not? Or is this me imagining it or not? So check into that inside yourself. And then let me say that this is a time on the planet where the cause and effect, the karma there comes when you don't communicate what is true for you. And you can do that with grace, you can do that lovingly, You can say something. You can simply, when someone is coming towards you with that, one of the things that I often do is just put my hand on my chest and nod to them and saying, hello, yes, I like you. But when I'm doing that, it doesn't invite them to come and give me a hug. It is already giving them a conversation. And so you may find a way for you when you can give that conversation before the touch occurs. But you can also simply communicate what you're feeling. And this would be a great teaching for people. And to hear what's true for them. It causes me a little bit of a cosmic giggle because it's possible that you are the trophy for them. It may be that they are sort of trying to see who you would like the most of them, if there's a group of them. And so look and see if that's in play. And but be truthful. And don't worry if you offend them. If you offend them, you when you speak the truth and you speak it in a friendly way and say, I like you, but for me, touching is a different conversation, so I'd rather you didn't. Or however you want to say it, or in whatever way you want to show that. Not in distaste and not in cringing and get away from me, but simply what is true. No, I prefer not that. And no matter the upshot of that kind of truth, you will be doing a service to them and finding out the truth. Are they just extending to you that same kind of touching that they would give someone else? Or are they being very specific about it? And you have the right to say, I'm not here for you to test me to see if I am interested in you in some way. You can give them a very clear signal. So thank you for that. And I know that there are a lot of men out there that are applauding right now to this conversation, that have found themselves as well in those kinds of situations. You don't have to allow anyone to come into your space when you're not comfortable with that. So trust you, but trust your intuition and explore it, because it will be very interesting for you to see what is going on. Is there a difference between one of them doing it and another one doing it? Or, again, are they vying for your attention? Great love to you. Allison.
And the last question is from Staunton, Virginia, in the U.S.A. Dear Ms. Griscom, why are so many of the world's leaders so angry, volatile, and fiery? I long for just one leader who is, as you teach, above the fray. Someone who is powerful, yet also deeply insightful, calm, and sensitive to all cultures. Someone who can calm turmoil rather than create it. Someone who is so strong in their source energy that they are capable of radiating a steadiness around the world. Please, Chris Griscom, will you do an exercise in consciousness to help bring someone, and possibly many, like this forward into the global leadership arena?
Oh, I so love that. Thank you. And there's two prongs to that. One is, as we were talking about before, bring into your mind's eye the leaders who are fiery and angry and misusing their power. And I want to say that we're in a time where we're seeing that dissolve away. People who have power, who think they're above the law, who think that they have the right to do whatever they want, are discovering that we're not allowing that anymore. And I find that to be a wonderful point of evolution for everyone. So you could bring those people into your mind's eye and ask them, what color do you need from me? To find a center for the good of the whole rather than your own projections. And then never take it from you. Draw that color from the cosmos and extend it down and to them. But I love this second part, because there are, and maybe you are one of them, there are people everywhere who could be those kind of leaders. And they just maybe don't realize that they could come forward. And so the exercise in consciousness that we will do is to call forward all of those who could become leaders. We are, each one of us, the apex of our own pyramid. So we're all leaders one way or another. But to recognize that as a soul family coming to this planet at this time, we are here not only for our personal conversations, but to give the gift that each of us have of our wisdom or our love or our information out so that it changes what is available and what is true across our planet. And so let's do that and feel that through our awareness and through our consciousness, we actually can awaken so that these beings who have carried for many lifetimes the gift of being good leaders, and a good leader, of course, leads sometimes in a circular way. Might even lead from behind. It doesn't have to be king of the mountain, but encompasses all of the gifts of everyone else so that there is the good of the whole. And let's call forth those. They are there, everywhere. Close your eyes. And just imagine in your mind's eye a group, might be a few people, it might be thousands of people who have these capacities and the wisdom to be the leaders that we need today. And the leaders that we need will not do it for us, but they will bring us in and help us to express our gifts so that we all recognize that together is how we lead, not someone instilling or extending that out to us. But that, by the way, if you in your life really amplify your capacity to find the strength and the goodness and the healing of everyone around you, you will really be seeding into the world this new type of leader. So just imagine, see how your higher self gives it to you, however many people that are waiting for some kind of cue to mature, a seed to mature within them so that they can come forward and give their gift of inclusion, of service to everyone else. And now ask them what tool they need from you. A tool could be a symbol from you, or an object, or a color that will awaken in them, that will bring the magnetic energy that allows them to perceive that it's their moment to move forward, to be visible, and to begin to give their gifts and their service for the good of the whole. So just ask, what is the symbol or object or gift that they need from you to be able to come forward? They are there. They are here with us. And they may be us. See what you get, the symbol, the object, or the color. And reach up into the cosmos and draw exactly that tool down through the top of your head and laser it out to them so that they each and all take that tool which will activate and amplify the synergy in the right place at the right time to give their gifts of leadership, of wisdom, of support, and feel as if they've taken that tool in, each and all of them, and that creates this magnificent stimulation that carries them forward as well as carries you forward. And feel again that that tool has become ingrained in them in so many ways, that strength and centeredness and wisdom can come forward into this world. We don't need one leader, we need 8 billion leaders. Feel it happening now. Know that you have seeded it. It's been given, the tool is there, and it will awaken. And open your eyes. It's a great time to be here. It's simply that we have to see who we are and then reflect that and see it in others, so that we create a new kind of being a leader for everyone. It's the gift of our purpose and our destiny. To each and all of you, my great respect and love.